Bob, Cleveland STA-BIL engine Answerman here at our new booth with all our products, and we're talking about some ethanol problems and what product to use. And I believe we got a question about ethanol.
Yeah, well, I guess, you know, in terms of, again, the breaking down part, the understanding before it starts doing the damage, can some of it be undone in theory or mitigated somewhat through this new 360 product or a storage product in general? So,
well, I remember back in the day, I always got the question, look, I didn't put stable in. What can I do?
Right.
Well, I didn't have nothing back then. Well, finally we made starter engines. So any small engine that's gravity fed, this is a great product to get that engine that you forgot basically 1 season old, over the winter, over the summer, where it clogged up your carburetor because you didn't use STA-BIL.
And that will clean out. That will clean out.
Yes, it 9 times out of 10 it's going to work. This has got a liquid ether and Tecron cleaner in it. So it's heavier than gas. It's more volatile than gas. It's in a metal can. So you put your fresh gas in, put the recommended dosage in, pull your engine over. It's got to be a gravity-fed engine. Let it get into the carburetor, let it sit for 2 or 3 minutes. Turn your key on, and because the liquid ether is going to fire, it sucks that Tecron through the carburetor and cleans the jets. So if this doesn't start it, then you got to rebuild the carburetor. That's just the way it is. So for $8, it's like it's insurance on maybe saving you $60 or $100 on getting a carburetor, taking it to the shop. So before you do that, put this in there. So that's a great product. But as far as rejuvenizing fuel,
right.
the only thing you do is put some octane back in it. So if it smells bad, it's bad. But if it's starting to break down, your octane is going down. You can put the 104 Octane Boost in it, raise that octane back up, and maybe so you don't have to throw that gas away. Use that gas out of there, maybe put some fresh gas in with it.
What were you? Which product were you showing us before? The storage or the protection? When you were saying
I was talking about the protection.
Okay.
Storage is great when the gas is just sitting still. Great product, but more if you're using it during the season, the protection. Or the marine formula, which I don't see the marine formula here, but the protection and marine formulas are like sisters. This is the ratio is more concentrated. It's got twice the water removers, twice the cleaners. Twice the water removers, twice the corrosion inhibitors, 4 times the cleaners.
Okay.
As the regular red, because it's just sitting. But when you're using it for daily use, you want to clean your system. It's a constant battle with ethanol. So and if you use protection, you can store with this also. So you can just use one product. And if you go to the store, the STA-BIL Red, you're gonna pay $6, $7 a bottle for 8 ounces. The 32 ounce, you're gonna get on about $11, $12, $13 according to where you buy it. Protection's about the same price, maybe $1 more for the protection. And then also while we're here, we make a STA-BIL for diesels also.
If I may, can I ask you a question about the Octane Boost? So, my old Toronado, it's a 66. I think the valves and everything have been redone, but it called for about 97 octane when the car was built. And of course, most of the gas that we can get nowadays is like 93 max. If I apply that product to up to 25 gallons, I say 93 octane, where am I actually going? Because, you know, like a lot of people, I spend too much time on the internet and you read different theories on what it's actually doing. So I want to get it from the man here. What is it actually
doing? Well, it's a good question because our Octane Boost is, you cannot buy anything any stronger than what we've got. The thing is, there's so many restrictions that it'll only take you up, and they really don't like me to say numbers because that's not really how it works, but I have to because to make you understand it.
Right.
But about 2 numbers.
2 numbers.
So if you're at 93, it'll take it up to 95. But I can tell you that I've had a lot of questions like this, and a lot of people tell me the engines are different compressions, different fuels are different. What you have to do is use it in your car with 93 and see if it'll work. You might be surprised that it doesn't have to be 97. If you put this in with 93, it might even work with 91 octane.
Right.
Do an experiment with your car because it's going to act different than the next car with the next fuel.
Absolutely, and I would tell you, my friend Jim here actually has suggested my testing some different fuels, and I've done that. And I can tell you, again, I was just looking for a little bit more background since I have access to you here, but I have used the 93 with that product, and it definitely, she's got more kick.
I had a guy that
I
tell
didn't have
me,
like knocking issues or anything, but just charging up the hills or down the highway.
It does make a difference. It'll stop the pinging and knocking. I had a guy that needed 100 octane. He said he put this in with 93 and it worked for him.
Gotten close
so
enough.
It saved him because 100 octane is airplane fuel.
Right.
And if you need more, buy a gallon of airplane fuel. Mix it with your gas.
Right.
That'll raise your octane also.
But you know, it's interesting just to learn that you're talking about a number or two, like a 94, 95, because I was reading things like, no, it's actually fractional, not on this product, but other products, that you're really going, if you had 93, you're like 93 and a third. Well, that's not buying me anything.
Right. We really, and that's why we don't like to talk about octane, because what it's doing for you is not necessarily octane. So that's why I say you need to try it with your fuel and your car, and you might see that you can get away with 89 octane. A lot. I had a friend that had a Corvette, and she had to run 93 in it. If I put 91, 89 in it, it would knock and ping. So I'd put the 89 in it, put this in it, and it ran just fine. So it's a great product, you know. And STA-BIL, you want to keep it in there to keep it clean. You can mix those also. So anyway, some great questions from our friends here in Syracuse, and it's Bob Cleveland, STA-BIL Engine Answerman, saying over and out.